to guess what's keeping me up at night. What's keeping me up at night.
Hey guys, it's Lizzie. This video is all about insomnia, my experience with it, and my tips for dealing with it. As you guys know, I have bipolar disorder and my sleep is so messed up because of the symptoms. I experience really intense insomnia when I'm in depression and when I'm in mania, so it's something I deal with on a regular basis.
I've missed your calls for months, it seems. Don't realize how mean I can be.
The most important thing is to not get mad at yourself when you can't fall asleep. I think there's this tendency to just lay in bed and be so angry and get so stressed out. You know you have work or class tomorrow morning and you're gonna be so exhausted, so you have this built up frustration and stress because you can't fall asleep. That will actually make it even harder to fall asleep when you're not relaxing. Another thing though, if you just lay in bed not being able to fall asleep, you're subliminally teaching your body that the purpose of your bed is to just lay awake and not be able to sleep. So it's really good to get out of bed and go to a different part of the house or even just a different part of your room and go work for a while until you're tired and can fall asleep. But my rule is that if after 20 minutes of trying to fall asleep, I'm just not tired, I'm either really manic or really depressed and I just cannot sleep, I wake up, I get out of bed, and I start working on something. Instead of fighting against it, I just accept that I'm gonna be up for a few more hours. And so when I was a college student, I would just go and start doing my homework and studying.
Never really understood the way you laid your eyes on me.
I will just start editing a YouTube video and be really productive. If insomnia is a consistent part of your life, you will waste hours and hours every week of productivity time just being mad at yourself, laying in bed awake. So something else that a lot of people do is they are on their phone or their computer in their bed. And I do this a lot. It's what everyone does, but this is not helping you fall asleep. One thing that my first psychiatrist told me is that when you look at your phone and the room is dark, your mind thinks that it is the sun and it begins to wake up. So if you are looking at your phone, turn either the overhead light on or turn a lamp on next to your bed, and then look at your phone screen. Don't just look at your phone screen in the dark or your brain will literally think it is the sun and begin to wake up. But there's a really cool feature on the iPhone that helps with this, and I try to remember to turn this on after dinner every night. It changes the way the light is so your brain is less likely to associate it with the sun. But if insomnia becomes a really big problem for you, what you need to do is have a rule where you do not go on your computer after dinner. But if you are going to be on your computer, like if you really need to get work done, just have another light on in your room. It's the same thing with your computer screen where your brain, if you're looking at your computer in the dark, your brain literally thinks it is the sun. So instead of being on electronic devices, get rid of them and open up a book or a magazine. Right now I'm reading this book on the early church by a German theologian named Harnack. I also like to read The Atlantic. It's my favorite magazine and it has 10-15 page articles really in depth on a specific topic. Don't read anything that is super immersive that you're gonna get really excited about. I love reading The Atlantic and I love reading theology, but those types of subjects are more boring, even for me. So what I mean is pick a book that's more dense and difficult to understand, and that will help you fall asleep.
And I went tumbling down trying to reach your high, but I scream too loud when I speak my mind. I don't wanna wake it up.
The most important thing you can do to help you sleep is to establish a daily rhythm in your life. A lot of us are just really stressed out and we're so busy that we don't have any sort of routine in our life. You want to be eating at the same time every day, and you definitely want to eat breakfast. What a lot of people do is they only drink coffee and then they get in most of their calories later in the day, and then at night they're hungry and they're snacking. But when you eat late at night, instead of getting your calories in the morning and in the afternoon as well, it gives your body a ton of energy, and so your body starts to wake up more. And so you want to be eating earlier in the day and throughout the day rather than all your calories at night before you go to bed.
Calm the storm inside my heart, command the wind and waves to part. Hold me safe inside the palm of your great hand. You are peace when I'm at war. I am safe and I'm secure.
Another thing that helps immensely with sleep, they've done a lot of studies, is exercise. I work out almost every single day, and if you're dealing with insomnia because you have a mental illness, working out is the most important thing you can do to help your brain just in general. And for anyone, neurogenesis occurs when you run every day. Your brain regenerates new brain cells when you run, but it is also proven to help you sleep better. So I recommend doing some sort of cardio for 20-30 minutes that helps to get your heart rate up. I also love to do a lot of strengthening exercises. I love doing ab routines, training my arms, doing burpees.
Sing your love song over me, over me.
So the daily rhythm is really important. And another thing is to never ever take naps. Only sleep at night. So if one night you don't get to bed until 4 a.m., but then you wake up at 8 a.m., do not let yourself go to sleep until 9 or 10 o'clock at night. You'll be so exhausted by that point that you might be able to fall asleep earlier, and then after that, try to get on a consistent sleep schedule where you go to bed and wake up at the same time every single day. That's the most important thing, forcing your body to get into its circadian rhythm. Another thing really important is establishing a nighttime routine where you don't listen to really loud music, you don't have exciting conversations after a certain point, you stop talking to people, spend more alone time, dim the lights, just get your body calibrated and ready to fall asleep, and have a bedtime routine to where you're laying in bed reading a book like an hour before you need to fall asleep. There's this iPhone app I really like, and it helps you plan out how much sleep you need, and then it gives you a little alarm when you need to go to bed, and I've been using this and it's been really helpful. Something else so important, I do bullet journaling. I'm gonna link a YouTube video below that explains how to do bullet journaling. Basically, I have these bullet points of what I need to get done every single day, and I plan out the entire month in advance. And then to the right, I write what time I went to bed, what time I woke up, and I even chart what my bipolar symptoms were like during the day. This really helps me stay on task. When I'm in depression, it helps give me motivation to wake up, to get stuff done, to work. And when I'm in mania, it draws my attention away from getting consumed in things I don't need to work on, and it just really helps my productivity, and it helps my overall schedule throughout the day, which then also helps my sleep. I hope this was really helpful. This is something I've been dealing with for years because of bipolar, and it's awful, but if you just try to establish a consistent lifestyle and you don't get mad at yourself, but you instead just start being productive when you can't sleep, then it's a lot less awful to deal with. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
If I keep my eyes closed, he feels just like you. But you've been replaced. I'm face to face with someone new. Would I give it all?